Historically, curriculum has played a major role in shaping the lives of all individuals in school education. Several questions that continually plague educators today, such as which curriculum should we follow, and what knowledge is of most worth. There are a multitude of curriculum series that help educators understand the concept of student learning and achievement. This presentation is an attempt to expose educators some of the curriculum series that influence today's educational system. Before we start, let's talk about what is curriculum. From a historical perspective, curriculum is any document or plan that exists in a school or school system that defines the work of teachers. This plan guides educators in identifying the content of material to be taught. Many work plans may consist of textbooks, resource materials, or scope and sequence charts. The purpose of curriculum is not to abandon organizational boundaries, but to enable the organization to function within those boundaries more effectively and, over time, more efficiently. A curriculum can accomplish educational goals by these approaches, as shown in the slides. There are at least 4 different types of curriculum in schools: the explicit curriculum, the implicit curriculum, the hidden curriculum, the non-curriculum. Any curriculum approach used in educating young children, whether it be an explicit or an implicit approach, should be based on the elements or goals believed to be essential for guiding children's education in a systematic way. Now let's move forward to talk about curriculum theory. The following philosophical series examine curriculum from a broad view that includes all of the learner's experiences to be the more restricted view that sees it as academic subject matter. Idealistic curriculum theory. This theory views curriculum as a body of intellectual subject matter and learned disciplines that are ideational and conceptual. Mathematics, history, and literature, for instance, were ranked very high. The overriding goal of idealist education was to encourage students to be seekers of truth. Realistic curriculum theory. Aristotle founded realism. Realist curriculum maintains that the most effective and efficient way to find out about reality is to study it through systematically organized subject matter disciplines. Realist curriculum involves instruction in areas of reading, writing, and computation. Gaining knowledge through research methods are stressed. Naturalist curriculum theory. Different from the earlier theorists, learning should actively involve children in dealing with the environment, using their sense, and solving problems. Naturalists maintained that genuine education is based on the readiness and the needs of the human being. Pragmatic experimental curriculum theory approaches learning through experimenting. The children's interests, needs, and experiences are taken into consideration. Existentialist curriculum theory includes the skills and subjects that explain physical and social reality. The crucial learning phase is not in the structure of knowledge, nor in curricular organization, but rather in the student's construction of its meaning. Conservatism curriculum theory. The curriculum should transmit the general culture to all and provide appropriate education to the various strata in society. This curriculum includes the basic skills found in most school programs: reading, writing, and math. Now let's do evaluation and suggestions for improvements to curriculum. The development of an effective curriculum guide is a multi-step, ongoing, and cycle process. The process progresses from evaluating the existing program to designing an improved program to implementing a new program and back to evaluating the revised program. In 2001, China initiated a series of student-centered educational reform to address new demands for public education that emerged with the evaluation of the informational age and knowledge-based economies around the world. Zhong and Yang 2002 summarized China's new curriculum reform as having three major goals: to reform the outdated textbook system by including local governments and schools in decision-making process, to reconfigure the structure of outdated courses of study across all educational levels, and to reform teaching and learning processes by implementing student-centered curriculum. Parallels can be found in the history of standard-based reform in the public education system in the United States. The current reform movement in education in the U.S. also take efforts to develop student-centered approaches to teaching and learning. Both the East and the West made efforts toward the student-centered curriculum, which implies that students are encouraged to be independent-minded knowledge seekers, developing personal meaning about the physical world around them through direct experience and dialogue with teachers and others in their educational environment. It is proved as a crucial component to the success of the curriculum reform, since the approach touches upon the technical core of the educational process, or teaching and learning in the classroom that has significant influence in schooling. Some suggestions to improve the child-centered curriculum. Assessment should measure not only student progress, but also the effectiveness of the goals and objectives of the curriculum in meeting students' needs. Common grade level, course criteria-referred assessment, and performance-based assessment should be created along with the curriculum and become part of the curriculum guide itself. The assessment should include clear performance expectations and a rubric that clearly defines expectations for students and teachers alike. Any new reform needs time and support to be fully implemented. Teachers need time and opportunity to be familiar with a new curriculum, the new teaching methods, and understand how it is different from the past. Teachers also need to get enough support from college preparation program, working place, local educational committee to pilot the new curriculum and new materials in their classrooms. Finding enough resources to support their work and teach the continually growing as professionals. Professional development is a priority as we develop curriculum that requires teachers to build an instructional repertoire to allow our students to explore both content and 21st century capacities. Evaluate the development of new curriculum using surveys, focused discussions, and meetings to periodically gather data on perceptions of program strengths, weaknesses, needs, preferences for textbooks and other materials, and topics or objectives that do not seem to be working effectively. With our great hope, we believe that all educational reform should educate kids, have access to high-quality, engaging education. Thank you.